avanti.
Dai.
VinitalyTour.com presents.
Back with Vinitaly Hong Kong, we have Claudia Capelvenere of Valdivia Limited, Managing Director. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, nice to meet you, thank you.
I wanted to ask you, as a big importer here in Hong Kong, in China, which are the characteristics of your portfolio and how is the part of Italy in this portfolio?
We basically have wines from just about every region in Italy. Of course, the more popular regions such as Veneto, Piemonte, Toscana, we have quite a few producers because we need wines for different clients. We can't just rely on one producer because, of course, their portfolio is maybe not large enough. And we don't really work with China, so we focus on the Hong Kong market. We work with all the top hotels, restaurants, bars. We have a lot of private clientele as well. And we basically try to introduce and educate the public with the different grapes that we have, that we represent, because we do have many different grapes from the different regions.
This part of education is very important. What's the tendency to rice wine to grape wine? Is going stronger or is slow growth?
So which one?
The tendency to swap from rice wine to grape wine.
We only have the grape wine. Yeah,
No, but for consumers, because you're educating them.
Yes.
Okay, so they switch from grape wine a lot, or is a slow tendency?
It is a low tendency, but we do a lot of staff training. We have a lot of confidence in the wines that we sell and the grapes that we have. So if we have the confidence and we can show this to the client, they will automatically be happy to try something new, and they like to discover new grapes as well. It takes a lot of time. As we said earlier, we do need patience, but eventually people do get the confidence in those new wines. You can't always stick to a Chianti or Sangiovese. You do have to also introduce new grapes, and it is possible. It takes a lot of work, but it is possible. We also do a lot of staff training. So through staff training, me being half Italian, I think it does help to promote Italian products. I think as an Italian ambassador, it's an advantage over another nationality.
Yeah, data have shown that still red wine is growing a lot here in Hong Kong. You confirm that, and which are the other tendencies of this market?
We are promoting a lot Prosecco. We have been selling a lot of Prosecco. It's a great competitor to Champagne. It is a lot more affordable than Champagne. It's also a lot more friendly as a style of wine. Young people love it, young consumers love it. Everyone today is looking for wines that are good value for money. And I think Champagne actually has suffered slightly with regards to Prosecco and the possibility that Prosecco's got on the market around the world. So it's also quite a trendy wine. So Prosecco's doing really well at the moment. We do promote also a lot of white wines such as Pinot Grigio. Hong Kong is a hot climate. Even the Chinese are willing to drink white wines. We have a lot of expat clients, and of course they do enjoy their Pinot Grigio and Sauvignon Blanc. Of course we do try to introduce other white wine grapes, but sometimes it's difficult.
They told us that Prosecco and Champagne has seen not good because rice wine, when it's too fermented, it becomes like Champagne. So they think is rice wine going bad. And
okay.
How can you fight this idea they have in this market?
Yeah, unfortunately, the rice wine is more the China market. We concentrate more on the Hong Kong market. So the Hong Kong Chinese don't drink rice wine as such. They do like their cognac, but this is talking 10, 15 years ago. But their palate is becoming more refined, and they are appreciating red wine as white grapes. Normal wine. They're not going for these hard alcohol wines or spirits and liqueurs and rice wines so much in Hong Kong. China perhaps is slightly different.
Well, last question. What do you do for pair the wine with food? What's your education you do in this kind of thing?
Okay. There are, of course, some set rules as to which wines to fit with which food. But I personally really believe if you enjoy the wine, you enjoy the food, you're in the right ambiance, then you're sorted. I don't think wine and food should be paired so rigidly, because I think it takes away the pleasure and the passion of enjoying food and wine together. So I don't get too involved in that. I prefer to keep them quite separate.
Okay. Last thing, your opinion on Vinitaly in the world. What's the role of this kind of events and exhibitions?
I think Vinitaly in the last couple of years has really done a lot to try and promote Italian wines on the international market. In the past, it was always Vinitaly in Verona, where we would go every other year. And it's nice to see Vinitaly here in Hong Kong to help promote Italian wines. I think Italian wines have missed out over the last 10, 20 years. Marketing-wise, not enough has been done, but I can see now there's a huge increase. Producers are trying much harder to promote Italy as a whole as a wine producing country with fantastic wines, because at the end of the day, Italy's got so many more exciting wines than many other countries because we have so many different grapes. Of course, it makes it more difficult for us to promote the wines, but it is more exciting for the consumer and for us as well as ambassadors to sell the wines. So I think, thank you for doing this publicity and promotion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.